Track mats can be a little weird and confusing in Premiere Pro, so I'm going to help you out with that today. Okay, so we're in Premiere. A track mat works by using something like a shape or a text layer as a mask for another layer, like footage. So in this example, I've just got a rectangle here. It's just a shape from the Graphics and Titles new layer, rectangle. On track 1, I have the footage layer. In track 2, I have this graphic right here. So I can come up to my effects and presets and I can drag the track mat key onto one of my clips of footage. Then over in the effects panel, I can select which track I want the footage to take the mat from. So that in this case is the graphic on video layer 2. So now my footage is using this graphic as a mask. Now Premiere gets kind of wonky sometimes because if I wanted to say, oh, I want it to show just my head inside this mat. Well, if I go to my footage layer and I select that and I say, oh, I'm going to scale you up. This scales up the whole mat, but I didn't select the scale of the shape layer, but for some reason it scales it up anyway. The way that we resolve all this is by using nests inside of Premiere. And nests can be kind of scary, but it's actually really simple once you kind of get the hang of it. So stick with me here. I'm going to select all of my footage. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to nest right here. And I'm going to call this my footage. Hero. And we'll call it the nest. All right. So that's one part of this. So then the track mat obviously doesn't apply anymore, but I can go ahead, add another track mat onto this nest now. Do the same thing, select video track 2, and there we go. What we want to do now is take the graphic and the nest and nest those together yet again. So we're going to call this the track mat nest. So now what we can do is we can take this, we can scale this, we can move it over here to the corner if we wanted. We're just running with this example for now. And that just stays there. So then if I need to do anything with the adjustments of the graphic or anything like that, I can take this, I can make it just my eyeballs or something, and then we can come back to the track mat, and here we go, we've got that. And then let's say I really just want to change it up. Scale this back up to here, right, like this. And then I can go into the footage. Now the one bad thing is this, is I don't have a lot of reference to where that mat is when I'm like this. But come back to here and say, oh, we want to do a little bit more. Scale this up just a little bit more, maybe bring it down a little bit, go back to the track mat. You know, there might be even a better way to do this somewhere. But for now, this is what we got. And now, what if we want to add a border to this? We're just going to run with this because it's silly. Well, I can come into not our footage nest, but our track mat nest. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to shift everything up. That messes with the track mat, obviously, but we can just go back into our footage and select the correct layer. We're back. And then I'm going to take this graphic and I'm going to option click and drag and bring a duplicate of it to underneath down here. Then I can take this new shape and I can change the size of it. So let me just change the scale of that a little bit here. We're going to change the width and the height just like that. And we can change the color. Let's change that to be a blue. And then if you go back to our track mat, it now has a little border on it. That's really nice. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you later. Bye.